Great Grand Rising, Great Grand Rising. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, beloved. Come on in. Grand Rising, Grand Afternoon, Grand Evening, wherever you're tuning into in this beautiful world. This is Ilona Sanders. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Success TV. This is day number 6 of our early morning empowerment first word prophetic gathering for 2024. With that being said, beloved, come in. Let's activate what I call the success mind. We're going to sit with our back straight, feet flat, hand on heart to signal the subconscious, the nervous system. We're ready to relax and receive. Take a good, healing, deep breath in and exhale and relax. From the crown of the head, allowing the skin over the scalp to relax. It pulls the eyes, the cheeks down, drop the shoulders down from the ear. Relax the arms, the fingers, the torso, the core, the thighs, the legs, the feet, the toes. Feel your feet under you. Feel the chair you're sitting in. Go ahead and wiggle in it. We're grounded. Deep breath in and exhale. As we're here, relaxing, we bring our heart and our mind present to this sacred moment, and we turn the focus and attention inward to the rich inner life of the kingdom of God that is within. We tap into infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite potential, answers, strategies, techniques, hidden talent, hidden gifting, and we raise that to consciousness. Healing deep breath in and exhale. Today, we're thankful and grateful for another day, for another opportunity, for being here in this sacred community. Let me just check Facebook and let me just see who's over there. And I always have to kind of like go out and then come back in again over there so that I can get this. Yes, 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 yes. We are here. We are here. We are here. All right, lovely. So with that being said, Grand Rising, Reese, thanks for joining us live today. Woo, woo, woo. Great things are on the horizon. Great things are here for you, lovely. Yes, 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 yes. This year is going to be better, Reese. This year is going to be more successful, more stable, more prosperous. And I know you know that. All right. So with that being said, beloved, today is day number 6. So I want to start bringing things together, wrapping things up so that you have something tangible to hold on to. This is the year 2024. It is a universal 8 year. It's my own personal number 8 year. So we have a lot that we're looking forward to. So what I want you to do today is anchor in on the energy that is here being released. You know why New Year's resolutions don't typically work, because we have to understand that there is an energetic calendar as well as God's cycle of blessing calendar. But according to the energetic calendar, and especially here in the West, and in the Northern Hemisphere where we're in the winter months, there is nothing energetically about where we are that is releasing energy for get up, move, go, thrust forward, all of that, right? But watch this, because we're going somewhere. All the energy in this time of year in the winter months is about going inward, about being internal, right? Setting up things. So this is why when we're in the fall at the head of the year, according to God's calendar, we know that's really the first quarter, right? Now we should be in introspection, retrospection, putting more plans and pieces together. So this is why a lot of times when people feel the motivation, they feel the hoopla of the beginning of the year, it has been proven through studies that by the third week in January, many people are already in a depression as those bills kicked in for the holidays, as they realize that, watch this, the goal or the resolution that they sent did not really come from a place of groundedness. It didn't come from a heart-centered place. It came from the head. And when we deal solely with what's coming from the head, beloved, it doesn't last. So 2024 in this powerful year, I want you to really go in and call this year something for yourself. I told you that this is the year of I am, and we want that big I am, all capital letters. And then I want you to check in with your heart to see what you want to put behind that, because whatever you put behind I am starts taking on form, starts taking on life, start taking on identity. I'm saying I am life, right? I am life, and I am more. More than I was, more than I saw myself as. I am life. I am more. What do you want to take on? Not just for an I am statement, but for an I am resonance of soul and spirit and body, as we're in this year that represents balance as well. So you have to have something at the head of the year, what I called intentional anchors yesterday. Have something that you're really keeping your eyes on, that you're really focusing on. I have several things I'm going to lay down. We're going to go much deeper in SSL on Monday, right? On how to set this up, because regardless, I've been saying this for the last couple of days, regardless of what I'm saying, regardless of what I am releasing, right? If you don't have a proper support, containers, support, strategy, techniques, tools in place to support you, that's how things get lost. I want you to talk back to me. And you cannot live in your head alone. You cannot live in your head alone. You've got to come to a place where you pull it out of that fourth dimensional realm, right? Bring it to two-dimensional when you put it on paper, right? And then bring it into three-dimensional manifestation. What is going to be your I am statement? Your I am resonance, your I am source, that's going to be your intentional anchor to pull you back in. And this is unique to you. It is unique to you, and it's going to carry you throughout this year, and you'll begin to anchor yourself and pull yourself back in. So when we say that this is a universal 8-year, beloved, this year is loaded. You want to take advantage of this year, and you're setting this year up for next year. So we're dealing with the 8 and the 9. That's why we're sowing the $89 seed, right? Or the $98 seed. It still brings us to 8, but you want to bring in the energy of 9 this year, because you're preparing to birth out greater next year. You're coming into what we say 8 is about new beginning, about transition, transformation, right? That is one of my anchor words, always have been. That's a part of my calling. It's all about transformation, about that moving, that shifting, that changing. But everything is in place. Everything is set up in the angelic realm, in the cosmic realm, right? Everything is set up for success, for winning, for increase. Write these words down, because all of these, I have these all in my notes. These are words we're keeping before ourselves. Everything is set up. All you have to do is come into divine alignment, agreement, and cooperation with what already is. So now look at this. If you want to go all the way back to the beginning, when God established certain things, right, and said it's finished, now we hit these pockets and these windows where there are portals, doorways, openings, windows of opportunity, right, that we can go through, where everything is set up to help you and support you. So this year, this universal 8 year, it's about expansion, increase, elevation, impact, success. Remember, I told you this is another major impact year. If you notice what we've done, There are many things happening in 3D, but you notice that's not our focus. We have to come up, we have to be aware of what's happening there because we live here. We're planted in 3D, right? So, but what we're doing is becoming effective in how we operate. So this is a season as spiritual alchemists, you have to understand. You have to clear up that mental real estate. That mental real estate, how you're using your mind, what you're using that mind power for. There should have been a clearing out, right, of that last year, bringing things to finality, bringing things to completion. Now we're ready to flip over and to begin anew, to transition, to shift, to transform as we are releasing and birthing out. So watch this. So when you start clearing up mental real estate, you start making room for new. So when we talk about this year being the year of victory, of prosperity and overcoming, I'm looking at the notes, right? Growth, expansion, all of these good things, anything that speaks to upward mobility, elevation, ascension, expansion, increase, right? This is going to be impacted in every area, financially, relationally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, everything is coming up. So what I want to caution you with here is to prepare, make room in that mental real estate in the mind for your mindset to start shifting. Great Grand Rising, Flora, thanks for joining us live, right? Making room to shift up, making room for new. Because, beloved, as I said yesterday, you've heard the saying, everything that you want is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of the comfort zone. So we don't get to the place where we are moving in what we truly desire until you are willing to leave the familiar, leave what's comfortable, leave what you're used to, leave what's absolutely easy. Although when you come into your own, it gets easier. Once you allow yourself to cross the barrier of what you're afraid of and come into what you truly desire, that fear dissipates, the anxiety goes away, and the peace and the calm will come in its place. So we're so thankful and grateful that as we journey and follow, and again, I'm extending the invitation for you to come on and join us in the Spiritual Success Life community. Yes, the Spiritual Success Life community. We are encouraging you to come and join us because it's time, beloved. It is so time for us to come on in. We are now enrolling and get the support that you need. This is going to be a phenomenal year. This year already started out. We said that this was going to be a year of a lot of turning over, digging up, exposure. And that's not even about people in the world and in entertainment and the ministry and politics. That's part of it. But we're also turning over things that are hidden in us, exposing things that are hidden in us. And that is the good and the not so good. So get ready for things to bubble up and come to the surface. That's what you want. But when the things come up and bubble up from the surface, you want support. This is the beauty of walking one-on-one with a spiritual success mentor, is that you have somebody that's dedicated to your issues, all right? So let's look at this, beloved. Remember, so yesterday I said, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him to fish, he eats for a lifetime. That is what my call, my ministry, my assignment is all about. It's not just to motivate you and inspire you, but to give you the tools and the opportunity to move, to shift, to grow, to transform. And there is more. I want to say this because I feel this very strongly, is that 2024 new opportunities are arising. I could see doors are just flying open. Doors flying open for you to increase, for you to have more, for you to really come into your own, to soar, right? I remember I had that in my phone number. That's one of my words as well, soar. That was the extension on, you know, how you have an 800 number, and mine was something, something, dot, 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 soar, SOAR, right? I see doors flying open. But here's the thing, it's not enough to hear me say doors are flying. And literally, as I'm sitting here, I could feel doors just flying open. We all have to be willing to go through the door. The thing that stops us from going through the doors when they open, fear, familiarity, fear of the unknown, being comfortable, your habits and patterns, all of those things stop you from going through a door that's open. But I feel the courage. Everything in the unseen realm, the angels, the ancestors, the cloud of witnesses, everything is working to push you forward because you are the custodian of your bloodline. Talk back to me. It is you. That's why sometimes they would call that person the quote unquote black sheep of the family, the one that's on the outskirts. You're the one that's probably carrying the mantle for your bloodline. You're the one that everything in the unseen realm is here to support. That's why your fight has been difficult. Your journey has been difficult because you're here to learn what you're to teach and to teach what you learn. So with that being said, there is so much, but because of my makeup and because I'm a master teacher, I want things to be in a container where you can at least take it away and say, I have something to work with. So your DSPs, right? That's your daily spiritual practices. This is the year to shake up, beloved, right? This is the year of new, the year of new beginnings, new opportunities, right? Transition, change. I want you to look at what your daily spiritual practices are. If you're still doing the same thing in the same way that you've been doing it for the last 10, 15, 20 years, you're in a stale place. That's why you feel stuck, because it's time for change. It's time to move. It's time to shift. And I can hear somebody saying, well, Dr. E, I can feel that, but I don't know what to do. This is what I want you to come into a clear understanding of. Your heart knows the way. Can you type that in the chat for me? Come on, talk back to me and say, my heart knows the way. And we have to come into a time where we are trusting the heart, trusting what is being given. Your heart knows the way. The problem is that we have been trained not to trust ourselves, not to even trust the Holy Spirit's guidance that you say is within you to lead you and guide you into truth. When the truth comes up and it goes against the grain of familiarity, what you're used to, what you're comfortable with, listen, you can be miserable in your comfort place. Miserable, depressed, oppressed, overwhelmed, anxious, being full of anxiety in your place of comfortability. Being comfortable doesn't mean that you're not miserable. Being comfortable means that you're just not willing to move. So, there's a story about a man that, had a little dog on the porch. I don't know what kind of dog it was, a hound dog, bulldog, what kind of dog it was, but he had a dog on the porch. And he would sit there with the dog, and this man would walk past, and every day the dog would just be moaning and groaning, signs of agony, right? And so after about 3 days of walking past and just seeing this dog moaning and groaning in agony, he finally stopped and asked the owner, what is wrong with the animal? Why is he moaning and groaning like that? And the owner said, he's laying on a nail and he just have not made a decision to get up and move to another spot. Know the nail is there, sits there, moan and groan about it, but won't change the spot. That is what we do in our everyday life. You murmur, you complain, you get frustrated, you get aggravated, you drink, you smoke, you shop, you eat, you have sex, you do whatever, but you're still not allowing yourself to move from there because that's what you're used to. This is the year that you're going to allow your divine guidance to bring you into a bold new move. A bold new move. And that is why we are sowing into this year. We're sowing into this year because we're dealing with right now. I'm setting us up for 2024 to 2030, but we're focusing on 24, 25. This is where the focus intention is going to be, right? I notice in my own life that as a prophet, I'm always ahead, right? 3 to 5 years ahead. But I always set things up one year and start weaving it and working it and start getting benefits out of it. But the full birthing of it usually follows in the next year. And we at a perfect place between the 8 and the 9, right? Next year is a universal 9 year. And this year, this is what I want. I want you to come into a knowing, beloved, a knowing who you are, what you desire, what you want to manifest, right? I want you to come into a knowing this year, making room mentally for it, getting all of the gossip out, getting all of the excessive chatter out, the murmur, getting all of that out, making room for the vision. I will stand upon my watch. So you have to be watching and looking, not out there so much. We do get inspiration from things we see, but the greatest vision is going to come from within. When you can relax, when you can breathe, when you can come into divine stillness and rest, beloved, that's when you're going to begin to see. And for those of you that says, Dr. E, I see the vision. I know what it is. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, now is the time to start embracing it and engaging it. And we take it one day at a time, one day at a time. And that is why, beloved, I want to invite you to come on and join us in the Spiritual Success Life community. I'm telling you, you owe it to yourself to invest, right? So I'm here all this week. I wanted to present this. I wanted to invite you every day. You know, statistics tell us it's taken like 17 times you have to keep something in front of somebody before they can allow themselves to move and take action, because everything in the 3D realm, everybody's moving so fast. Their attention span is short. You see it. You say, I'm going to come back to it. You forget about it because everything is moving so fast. It comes up again. You say, okay, I'm going to put it in a folder. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to do that. All right, I'm going to check my file. All of that's going on. And they say it takes about 17 times before somebody can settle and finally move on something. That's why I keep this in front every day and keep announcing, because I understand what we're dealing with, right? And so come on into the Spiritual Success Life community. And listen, go to this URL and just look and see what is there. If you have questions, inbox me. Let's have a chat. Let's make it make sense. Let's co-create how we can make this work. I'm telling you, give yourself 12 months. Do something different this year and say this year, okay, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to go into the Spiritual Success Life community if you feel it's a fit for you. And I'm going to do what it takes to get that extra support, because I want my own healing, my own transformation. I want my business, my ministry, my life, my family, my relationship, my finances to go to another level this year. And beloved, everything is here for you. Everything is here for you. Everything is already lined up, but it won't help if you won't make a decision to walk through the door. It will not help, beloved. So go to that URL ElonaSanders.com 2024 SSL, and come on and enroll. I'm here. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to be so glad you did. The testimonies, the growth of the people in our community, it is just a beautiful thing to see, right? And so as we go, beloved, I want to invite you to sow that seed with us, that $89 seed or $98 seed. Sow that seed. These are the different ways that you can sow into this year. What are you doing? You're sowing in energetically. You are showing the universe, you're showing God, whatever language works for you, that you are invested and you are focused, right? You are willing to let go so that you can let in. That's what we're doing. We're sowing that $89 seed, that $98 seed, and this is to set you up. That's all it is. It's to set you up into moving and flowing into this year, right? And our mantras, there's only abundance, there's only abundance, there's only abundance. Yes, Flora, your heart knows the way. And we have to learn how to trust the heart, right? And so do that. Come on in. Sow that $89 seed, $98 seed, which brings us again to the number 8. When you break it down to a single digit, it says the number 8. You want to hold the frequency of the number 8 that represents new beginning, abundance. It represents fertility, being made fat, success, prosperity, winning, increase, elevation. All of that is vibrating for us this year. Sow into that. When you sow into it, you're owning it. You're owning it. So we're so thankful that we had these 7 days. Tomorrow we will be at the 10 o'clock hour at the Facebook Live, how we always do, and on YouTube we'll be broadcasting here live. So we'll be there at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and that will be the 7th day. And I'm thinking about opening up the line. There's some personal words that I'm feeling, Reese. I feel this is the year you're going to get a different result. You've been doing the inner work. You've been laying the groundwork. You dug a new foundation, right? You've turned over the soil. Now it's time for real increase to spring up this year. All right, lovelies, I'm going to release you with many blessings for the rest of your day and your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow at the 10 a.m. Eastern time hour for day number 7, which will bring us to the close of this prophetic gathering. All right, lovelies, bye-bye.